Hello，大家好，我是 AGL 群长，
是 AGL 综艺，
是 AGL 的长生，
是成都机场为 Cat，
我是 AGL 一诺，
是 AGL 的大帅，
广州 TG 青青，
我是广州 TG 嘉欣
我的名字是广州 TG 贺慈，
我是广州 TG 小雪，
我是广州 TG 柳坚，
我推荐的上分英雄是。
Hey everyone, welcome back. In today's video, I'll be going over the global hero recommendations given by my two absolute favorite teams, AG and TTG. Recently, both teams shared their picks for the best heroes to help you rank up in Global Honor of Kings, especially for EWC or global players looking to climb rank more easily. Now, when these two teams speak, it's worth listening. With their years of experience and competitive success, their picks aren't just random or surface level. These heroes are actually strong and currently outperform others in their roles. It's a bit unusual for me to do a hero recommendation video in the middle of the season, instead of right at the start. But hey, the next season of Honor of Kings likely won't begin until late August, which is still pretty far off, and I wanted to discuss their recommendations as soon as possible. So with that said, let's jump straight into the recommendation. So the first role we're starting with is the Clash lane. After the recent update, this lane has become one of the most important in the game, mainly because the Spirit Chest now respawns more frequently. The extra gold it provides can make a huge difference for you or your teammates. That's why gaining control over this lane is so important, and to do that, you need strong Clash laners who can dominate early and hold pressure. So let's start by checking out AG's recommendation for Clash lane.
我是 AGL 群长，我给大家推荐的是 Fati。
Alright, so yeah, AG's first recommendation is for the Clash lane, and it is Fati. Fati is actually the global version of Cao Cao. For some reason, the Global Honor of Kings devs decided to change his name and appearance, but they never explained why. And honestly, I have no clue either. Fati was released after Cao Cao received a buff in the Chinese version, so he naturally inherited that buff. Before that, Cao Cao used to be pretty weak in lane, but after the update he's become much stronger. When playing Fatih, your main focus should be stacking your passive. Once it's fully stacked and you activate your ultimate, your basic attacks become enhanced, meaning more damage and more healing. Just remember, during your ult, avoid using abilities unless you really need to. Let those enhanced basic attacks do the work. In the early game, not many heroes can go toe-to-toe with Fati, but Biron and Miyui are two that you should be careful of. If you're laning against them, be extra careful, a tip I've shared before. Fati's ultimate also cleanses crowd control, so don't waste it early. Time it well. One more trick. His skill 2's cooldown gets reduced every time you land an enhanced basic attack. So the best combo is to use skill 2 first, then skill 1. By the time you finish the combo, your skill 2 will be almost ready to go again. Now let's look at TTG's recommendation for the Clash lane.
广州 TG 青青，然后我想推荐的上分英雄是达蒙。
Now TTG's recommendation for the Clash lane is Dharma. And honestly, it's a solid pick. Dharma has been really strong throughout this KWC. So strong that he's either banned first or picked first in most games. That alone shows how scary and impactful he can be. What makes Dharma special is his insane outplay potential. Just picture it. Your team is winning the fight, then suddenly the enemy Dharma knocks all 5 of you into a wall and changes the entire game. That's the kind of impact he brings. To play Dharma well, you really need to focus on flanking and diving into the enemy backline at the right time. And if you want to get good with him, the best thing to practice is his skill 1 plus flash plus ultimate combo. Mastering that can make you very scary for your enemies. The next role we're going to talk about is Roam. It's honestly one of the most important roles in the game. Roamers do a lot for the team. Right from the start, they help protect the jungler's buffs. Then later on they watch over the ADC, who's usually the main damage dealer in the late game. They move around the map non-stop, giving vision, revealing enemy positions, protecting teammates, and setting up plays. Sometimes, they even sacrifice themselves just to save a teammate. And for this role, AG's recommendation is...
大家好，我是 AGL 的大帅。我推荐的英雄是廉颇吧。
AG's pick for the roam role is Lian Po. He's a classic initiator, a real menace when it comes to engaging fights. He's super strong in the early game too. You can even pull off early invades with a flash engage. He's ridiculously tanky, heals himself, has solid crowd control, and is so hard to kill. A very common combo that good Lian Po players love to use is 1, 2, 1. Dash in, knock them up, then dash out. It's really annoying for the enemy team, and over time, they'll start focusing you out of pure frustration. You basically become their #1 target just because of how disruptive you are. And here's a tip. In the late game, you can swap your roam equipment for Siegebreaker and dive the enemy backline. With all your damage resistance and CC immunity, most squishies can't survive your 1-2-1-3A combo. And TTG's recommendation for the roamer role is
我是广州TG 9间，我推荐的上分英雄是
Dadia is very strong in the early game and provides great healing in the late game. The best way to play her is to be aggressive in the early game and defensive in the late game. Try to use her passive mobility to roam around the map and support your team. The only real downside is that she's a single target healer, which means she can't easily heal the whole team at once. Also, she's not the easiest roamer to play. She takes good timing and positioning. I know I promised to make a full video guide on her, and I definitely will someday. And the next role we'll discuss is the mid lane. After the recent update in the Honor of Kings global server, the mid lane now spawns 4 minions instead of 3, which means more gold. This change makes mid lane even more important than before. You need a strong mid laner to truly take advantage of this very extra gold. Interestingly, both AG and TTG have recommended the same hero for this role, and that hero is
Hello， 大家好，我是 AGL 的长生，我推荐的英雄是火舞。
Hello， 大家好，我是成都机常会 Cat， 我给大家推荐的 SOK 上分英雄是不知火舞。
我的名字是广州 TG 赫茨，我想推荐的中路上分英雄是不知火舞。
Pew. My Shiranui didn't just get 2 votes, but 3. She's actually the only hero to receive 3 votes across both teams, and honestly, I'm flabbergasted. Clearly, she's got some real fans among the pros. Now let's talk about how to play her. My Shiranui shines in the early game, especially when it comes to fighting and invading. Her wave clear might be pretty bad, but don't let that fool you. Her early dueling power is seriously strong. If your jungler is strong early too, you can coordinate and invade at level 2 and likely come out on top. And even if your jungler doesn't join you, you can still be a nuisance by stealing small enemy jungle camps, like their pigs, or just harassing their jungler. Her micro skills matter, but what's more important is understanding how to use her strengths at the right moments. That's what makes a great Mai player. Now we move on to the second last role we'll be discussing in this video, the marksman role, also known as ADC or farm lane. Marksmen are usually very squishy, and if they don't position well, they often end up getting bullied by their enemies. But if they master their positioning, they can become an absolute nightmare in the late game. You know, that one hero who shreds your entire team from the backline while you can't even get close to them. And even if the enemy tries to take them out, they usually fail. It's just defeat from every angle. So let's check out what AG and TTG have recommended for the farm lane, and which ADCs they think are currently dominating.
我是 AGL 一诺，我推荐公孙女。
我是广州 TG 小雪，我推荐的上分英雄是公孙女。
Whoa! Once again, both teams ended up picking the same hero, and it's none other than Arlie. Arlie is hands down the hardest farm laner to master in this game, and that's mostly because of her projectile blocking skill 2 and her complex umbrella placement mechanics. But don't be stupid. Just because Arlie has great mobility doesn't mean you can blindly dive into teamfights. You should still focus on poking from a safe distance. A lot of players think they can just dash in with skill 1, auto, drop a skill 2, and jump back out with another skill 1. But trust me, in the late game, you'll just end up getting deleted by AoE damage if you're not careful. If you really want to master Arlie, I've made an in-depth Arlie guide, so make sure to check that out. And now we move on to the final and most crucial role in this video, the jungle. In Honor of Kings, if your jungler falls behind, your entire team usually crumbles. That's just how important this role is. It demands precision and awareness at every stage of the game, and it's definitely not a forgiving role. So let's take a look at the jungle hero recommendations coming from AG and TTG.
Hello， 大家好，我是 AGL 综艺，我推荐的上分英雄是jing。
我是广州 TG 嘉信，我推荐的上分英雄是jing。
Of course I expected that. It has to be Jing, my wife. She's just that good. Once you learn how to use her properly, she becomes insanely strong. Jing is one of the most mechanically complex heroes in the game, and honestly, it might even take years to fully master her. But once you do, the satisfaction of landing her insane combos and playing mind games with your enemies is absolutely nutty. She's super mobile, and playing her feels like art. In fact, I literally created this whole channel because of her. So if you want to master Jing like I do, subscribe, because I'll be sharing more Jing-focused content very soon. That's it for this video, lads. I just wanted to share what the pro players are recommending for us global players. The heroes you should focus on mastering to rank up more easily. If you've watched my older recommendation video, you'll probably notice how similar their picks are to mine, except for Dharma and Lian Po, who are solid new additions to the list. If you found this video helpful, drop a like and subscribe to the channel for more amazing Honor of Kings content. And with that, I'll catch you in the next one.